one of the funnest things I like to do is called CrypticCorner. And boy, do I have a doozy for you this morning. This is going to be a bizarre journey. Perhaps one of the most bizarre journeys that I've been on this show so far. And when we get there, when we reach our destination, Dawleetoo, the lost city of Dawleetoo, we are going to we're going to understand so much more about the world we live in, about the times that we live in. So, before I get too far into it, let me give you a timeline of how I discovered this this bizarreness, this high strangeness that has recently made appearance on which one are we after? No. Let me do a tab at a time. There we go. Okay, so no doubt you all recognize, if you're a frequent visitor of the channel, that Unexplained Mysteries is one that I've watched before and used to garner some topics to talk about for the show. I'm going to speed this up though, because we're not going to spend a lot of time here. This was just kind of the diving platform to go into this rabbit hole.
Archaeologists have estimated there's around 100 uncontacted tribes left in the wild, with most of these being hidden in the dense jungles of beginning in the Amazon. Although it's hard to believe that there's uncontacted tribes, every year researchers are discovering hidden civilizations that have been lost to time. Incredibly, new equipment is giving us the opportunity to look past things like the dense jungles, which up until now have stopped us from exploring certain regions further. In fact, just recently scientists discovered pyramids in the Amazon rainforest, which revealed to researchers that we still have a lot to learn. A few days ago, some interesting photographs made their way online, allegedly showing an explorer finding a lost civilization.
No, Randy, I didn't get taller since you left. I'm sitting up on my knees. Echoey. Okay, let me see. It's echoey. Okay, I had that problem before. I guess the nature of having it run through the same. Okay, let's see. Stop screen share. Now I'm going to deselect the share tab audio and see if that helps. Y'all let me know.
Although the photographs' origins are not known, with some saying that they're fake, others decided to believe the photographs and suggested that it may be proof of a lost civilization. A few dozen photographs were uploaded to social media, going into detail about a man's venture through the jungle. The images in question match those taken from the time of Percy Fawcett, a British explorer who also ventured into the wilderness in the hopes of finding a lost city. The man's camera was said to have only been found recently, and that the incredible images of what was left. They show mysterious creatures along with indigenous people, which some suggested is proof that the explorer succeeded in what they said.
Take note the name drop of Percy Fawcett, because searching for lost cities is you can't avoid that name.
That's up to do. It's not known where the images were taken, but several online users said that some of the carvings that are in the photographs don't resemble anything they know, suggesting that the explorer stumbled across a hidden civilization. One photograph allegedly showed one of the natives. The individual in question has deep-set eyes, a large brow ridge, and also hair covering the majority of his body. Those who saw these images said they may be one of the first uncontacted civilizations that's been contacted by modern man. They said that it looked as if they were living in a time that hadn't been affected by modern technology or modern laws. Another photograph showed alleged tribe members, although some suggested that these could have been decorated tribal creations. This photograph shows a large construction that looks similar to ancient temples that have been discovered. Some said that the impressive design looks similar to the famous space shuttle rocket. This photograph showed a mysterious creature, although many couldn't agree on what it was, with some suggesting that it was an undiscovered species, while others said it appeared to have been created using mud and tree sticks. Not much is known about the photographs or who took them, which many users were disappointed by, and it's hard to find the origins of the photographs. Doing a reverse image search doesn't bring anything up. Although these photographs are interesting and show what appears to be a civilization.
Doesn't bring anything up for you, honey, but we're in HiveScience today, and we're in CrypticCorner, and we're going to find the truth. That's what we do here. We sleuth this.
Other users suggested that they were created using an AI program. Oftentimes, scientists hold a sentiment that the human race is the only species on our planet that has heightened intelligence capable of building civilizations and making tools available for complex tasks, regarding the human race as the apex predator of the planet. Oddly enough, there appears to be consistent reports made from countries around the world concerning undiscovered hidden creatures.
Right. That's the full part of it. That's about what we're talking about here. Now, reverse image searching. He's not wrong. That didn't. That was not the yield that you hoped it would be. But it did bring me to some TikToks. This is all happening within the last 48 hours. All this stuff has just come out in the last 48 hours or so. Hey, my Doom Bunny. Good to see you, Natasha. I'm glad you made it in this morning. Anyway, so then we had, it brought me to this this TikTok channel, which 3 days ago, Squatch Watch. I think I've been to Squatch Watch before. So we got a name here, and it's not Fawcett. It's Alfred Isaac Middleton. And we have some more information with this TikTok that's going to lead us down further into this rabbit hole. These are recently found photos of British explorer Alfred Isaac Middleton. In 1901, Middleton and his team vanished during a Sumatran expedition. So this is not the Amazon. This is in Sumatra. This is Southeast Asia. Expedition to uncover the fabled lost city of Dawleetoo. These are his last photos taken from the 18th century. So Dawleetoo, we got a name, we got a hashtag. We got a city. It's not the lost city of Z. That was Percy Fawcett. That's kind of was the MO with Percy Fawcett. He went missing in the South American rainforest between Bolivia and Brazil. He was initially he was tasked with tracking, with marking the official borders of the countries, the borders that run deep through the jungle and all this place, crisscrossing rivers and swamps and marshes and dense rainforest. And on his first expedition, he saw some, what he alleged were artifacts of a lost civilization, and garnered legends of this lost city, the lost city of Z. If you remember the movie Congo, it was kind of based on that, on the legend too. That mixed with some things about like King Solomon and stuff. But it was, and that's funny too, because then they moved the story to Africa. But initially, Fawcett was in South America, and there's been a movie that just came out not too long ago with Daniel Radcliffe and who else is in it? The dude from Sons of Anarchy. Anyway, but it talks about the life and times of this guy. And he went on this later expedition with his son later in life, and to try to find the city that he had caught clues of his existence previously, and he disappeared into the jungle and no one knew what happened to him. So Alfred Isaac Middleton, a British explorer, kind of in the same boat, except for we're exploring Sumatra in search of another lost city, the lost city of Dawleetoo. And there's a hashtag that links us to Dawleetoo. So let's see. And not much comes up when you search it. not much appears in my feed. But I did get this article, so let's go look at this and see. I'm sorry, this isn't going as smoothly moving through these slides as I would like to hope. So, who is Alfred Isaac Middleton? We got this picture of him in front of one of these artifact things that he's sent pictures back on. The search for the missing city of Dawleetoo in the casket of gold. Stories have been circulating online in online communities about a peculiar figure named Alfred Isaac Middleton, allegedly an explorer from the late 1800s who disappeared in the jungles of Sumatra while trying to find the remains of a lost city called Dawleetoo. In a report by the Smithsonian Magazine, it was said that a former assistant of Arthur Conan Doyle, a friend of the explorer Sir John Morris, had a collection of documents about this man, and one of them gave insight to the story of this explorer. A copy of an email was sent to Doyle's assistant from a British expedition by a Mr. Alfred Isaac Middleton, a contemporary of one Edward Allen Oxford. Did the two know each other? According to Doyle's former assistant, Middleton was an explorer who was looking for the lost city called Dawleetoo, which was said to be on the way to a lake called Lopner. It is suggested that Middleton was lost in that location. The email also spoke of a treasure which Middleton was supposed to have collected and buried in a casket. According to the lost casket of Dawleetoo, in search for one of the world's greatest lost treasures, a mission supposedly found a city in the jungle named Dawleetoo. According to Middleton, there was a map that had a golden city that went all the way down to a lake, as well as a gold statue of a woman that came from a lost continent called Atlantis. A group of people were sent by Middleton to find the city, and one of the men supposedly found a buried casket filled with gold. The report claims that according to a letter found in the church archives, Middleton was lost in the jungle and taken prisoner by a group of men that wanted the gold in the statue. Middleton apparently died in captivity. So we have some backstory here about our adventurer looking for a lost city and finding some gold and some riches and artifacts, and getting taken captive and then dying in captivity. So far, everybody on the same page with me? So, a man by the name of John Hargreaves was said to be the second in command on the mission, and he led another team of people into the jungle to recover the treasure. What became of Middleton's expedition is unknown. One theory is that the story is a hoax and Middleton's mission to find Dawleetoo never happened. But another theory says that the expedition was real, but the Middleton went missing and never returned. Okay, so that's our backstory for our adventurer. There is a citation for the lost casket, but it leads to this other book that I don't think doesn't seem to mention, or doesn't seem to be directly linked. I don't a direct link to to anything about the stories that I've read. I read through, like I skimmed through most of this, and it doesn't seem to be about any of the people mentioned so far, any of the expeditions mentioned so far. So I'm not going to dig too much into this. It's a book called The Lost Casket. It's by a guy named Boiscobi, Fortuna du Boiscobi, and and it's not, as far as I can see from looking through it, it's not anything to do with this Dawleetoo city. So we're going to move right on past that. So I have some TikTok stuff on a website with a alleged backstory for this adventurer. I couldn't find much more on the guy. It's like he doesn't exist. Anyway, we will have to return to that notion. But as I'm wont to do when I'm trying to figure things out, I like to go to Reddit. I know some people are like, oh, Reddit's full of BS. It is full of BS, but you can usually find citations and sources galore on Reddit. People like to talk, and there are sleuths like myself who just spend their free time having fun searching out the truth behind these legends. So I'm not the only one doing it. Reddit's full of people doing it. And sometimes they leave a nice breadcrumb trail to follow. It was not the case for this epic, though. I did find quite a bit of material in Quatria, which I'm not saying that's a good place to find information, but a lot of things came up. They were all posted by the same Redditor, though. Canadian Weed. And I mean, Canadian Weed has 17.5k karma. It's not too bad. But we have mostly this person post about like 14 things, lost cities. There's another lost city, the Kalahari. Well, just so making all these claims. There's the pyramids that we just looked at in that last video. So yeah, this person is really into this kind of stuff. So they've really hammered it down about this 1901 photos from Dawleetoo. Lost casket of Dawleetoo. Got a nice little legend about it. And so I went to the person's, to their page too, to see if maybe there was more to them than that. More to it than that. And I did find what appears to be some art from different expeditions and such. There's more of the city. But I actually finally got to see some stills of these, so that's good. What we're kind of working with here, so let's examine some of these photos, okay? I wish that this wasn't so in the freaking way. Hide your damn ads. There you go. Okay, so this one's kind of peculiar looking. Now, these are not out of the question for architecture. Southeast Asia, not at all. That stuff doesn't look too far-fetched, but this is really bizarre. This right here is mostly this disc section where they've dug out underneath what appears to be a solid piece of rock that has been carved out on the top to be almost like a temple or something along those lines. It's really peculiar looking. There's some people standing down here along the front. You got more of these bizarre designed temples where it's just held up by a single little tier of rock like that. It's a little pillar connecting it. That's bizarre. I agree. You got some weird architecture like this. These mushroom rocket ship things. They're pretty weird looking. I mean, there's a couple of pictures of those, it looks like. This one's super bizarre because look at that up there. All, I mean, this is not unheard of for some place where there's a lot of erosion for the rocks to kind of erode in these bizarre shapes. But to be able to get up there and carve it all out, that would take some mad skills. This one I thought looked like it looks like a crashed UFO or something crashed in the jungle. More bizarre architecture. Revisiting that one. So that is what this is from Daily Mystery right here. So oh my goodness, I'm not even showing the pictures. What a dingus. I apologize. Let me pull those up. It wasn't even on the right screen. Sorry, I'm still not used to having one screen. It's really annoying. Here, we'll go back through. Okay, so got some stills of the pictures. These are, yeah, this is the one that's like a solid piece of rock with weird temple on top. You got some people standing down there in the front. Another one, this is the one with a little pillar holding up what looks like a massive solid rock. Some weird deep jungle. Just ruins, I guess you'd call them. These was like mushroom rocket ship things that I was talking about. Look at those. They're so bizarre looking. And all this is given the impression that it's carved out of the natural rock. Just based on the way that it's kind of cut into it. It's like a bas relief. Those look like little rocket ships. This is the one I said was a crashed UFO. There's another picture of some of these bizarre constructs. Yeah, that's the pictures that was going through. Okay, and so what becomes of this? Let me see. I had it pulled up. I guess I closed it. So it's okay. I'll pop it right back up right now. So I looked up Dawleetoo everywhere, everywhere, and I was not able to pin it down. And then I was addressed to or sent to this AI. These were images and and a story created by an AI. I'm trying to find the name of it so y'all can go out and see it. I had a link to it pulled up, but it I ended up closing it, I guess, and I lost the link. So give me a minute and I'll find it again. Oh, Middleton's AI. Yeah, Middleton's AI. There we go. Dawleetoo. So yeah, that's surely it's in here. Good grief. Should be in my history, right? I was just looking at it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, here we go. This is just a post about it, but hopefully this will lead us in the right direction. Okay, so anyone else notice an uptick in AI-generated art getting passed off as a long-lost discoveries the past week or so? I've seen probably 4 different origins for the dude's Mid-Journey experiments just in the past 2 days. Yeah, there's our dinosaur and our Lost Tribe member. All this is generated by AI. And people, not to be believed fascinating photos, some racist content in depiction of colonial idea of what native means, but relative to recent ideas of alien building world monuments. Yeah, just a heads up for everyone as we enter the age of text-to-image AI, watertight, high-quality referencing has never been so important. Brace yourself for the next level of pseudo-archaeology. Look at these things. And people are going to believe these. People are going to believe that these are things that actually exist out there. And that's why I'm doing the Today Show. That's why I know everybody wants to see things that are alleged to be real, not stuff that's been debunked or whatever. But I think that we need to shed some light on this stuff because it's going to be coming out more and more. Images like our native there with the thick brow ridge and the hairy face and all that stuff. That's where you're going to see things like that moving forward with this. The AI can now take what you type in and try to generate a picture of it. Really wild technology, but it's going to be used to fool the incredulous among us. So always fact check these weird images that come up in your feed because you never know what the truth could be. But that was our topic for Cryptic Corner today, the lost city of Dawleetoo, the AI generated lost city legend. Sounds like it was based on maybe a little bit of Percy Fawcett here, a little bit of eugenics there. And you have, wait until we are voting for a deep fake for president. Yeah, I hear you. My friend. All right, so that was Cryptic Corner. If you're watching this on Fridays, and I know Cryptic Corner's been off for about a month, I just need to get my studio back. When I start editing again, Cryptic Corner will be back on its regularly scheduled program Fridays at 8 p.m. I'm just not in a place where I can do that right now, but it'll be coming shortly.